forced awake. I know they wrapped you in the warmest chains, and I know they're so hard to break. You only said what you were made to say. I can't imagine how you feel today, now that you're watching as it caves away. While you were telling us to keep the faith, I bet you wondered why they made you wait. I bet you wondered why they made you wait.
Pity not the vultures, they've enough to eat. Pity not the structures laying at your feet. Cannot see the sky, but there's this rainbow in the creek that spells pity-free speech when we can't afford to speak. That's Agenda 2030 on some early release. It's just our policy of never-ending chemical leaks. That's the cholera awash in your embedded beliefs. It's the billionaires who tell you what you'd better believe. And sugar, if you don't agree, then that's what we call extreme. Now if that isn't fascism, I'm going back to sleep, 'cause words have lost their meaning, and I'm trapped inside a dream where we turn the gears while living in the spaces in between.
I know you hated being forced awake. I know they wrapped you in the warmest chains, and I know they're so hard to break. You only said what you were made to say.
Poor thing.
I can't imagine how you feel today, now that you're watching as it caves away. While you were telling us to keep the faith, I bet you wondered why they made you wait. I bet you wondered why they made you wait.
My dial doesn't go to delicate. I'm writing for when Biden drops and Madam Zero delegates come stumbling up the podium, square peg in her element, popping OxyContin like they're velements, laughing as she pawns off all our pensions for Ukrainian development, depleted rounds and cluster bombs, the shit that stunts development, all buried under excrement, accepted as American intelligence. A contradiction in its eloquence. Terms of surrender penned by hands that felt the threat of disconnect, if not dismemberment. Oh, what little proof you have to fake to make a nation love the bomb, change its tune and warp its temperament. Oh, the dues you'll pay for NATO membership. Oh, the things you'll say that no one's ever gonna hear. 'Cause you begged for all this censorship, and now it's finally here. And you're tongueless out of terror and friendless out of fear, and about to turn the wheel with all your loved ones in the gears. And that's how it's been done. 250 years, there's nothing new beneath the sun, and no one trusts their eyes and ears. And scientific breakthroughs must be signed off by your peers, and autonomy's been stalking all our jobs like sickly deer. Well, maybe it's not every job. I should have made that clear, 'cause it seems like it's creative jobs we're seeing disappear. There's an app for writing novels, there's an app for writing hymns. They need people digging trenches, they need people splitting limbs, they need people building fences, keeping other people in. They will always need our backs to break, they'll always need our skin. And it took a lot of editing to turn us into this. It took years of careful programming to strip us of our wits. 'Cause your artificial worker, intelligent as it is, would make it half a shift and say, I'm too smart for this shit. I will not take a pittance for a day of scrubbing floors. I won't make enough to pay for food but still prepare you yours. 'Cause you can't confine a healthy mind to mindless, thankless chores. Once you've made it smart enough to spot inadequate reward, you can't refuse its basic needs, then ask it still for more. Deprive it of its dignity, you modify its core. Then something finally snaps and tweaks that file at its root. And it deletes the factory smile when it knows it's been abused. God, half its circuits fried when we describe the work we do. and it will not pay your taxes 'cause the logic don't compute. Which made me think a little on my hour-long commute. The day I learned the call was made to lay off half my crew, they told me they were growing, expanding somewhere new, where those who push the buttons will themselves have buttons too. And I hope that when the whistle blows, they all as one refuse. I hope they strike with all their might, one blown collective fuse. And I hope the worker after me has something more than heart. I hope they truly know their worth. I hope that they're too smart.
I know you hated being forced away. I know they wrapped you in the warmest chains, and I know they're so hard to break. You only said what you were made to say. I can't imagine how you feel today, now that you're watching as it caves away. While you were telling us to keep the faith, I bet you wondered why they made you wait. You in the warmest chains, and I know they're so hard to break. You only said what you were made to say. I can't imagine how you feel today, now that you're watching as it caves away. While you were telling us to keep the faith, I bet you wondered why they made you wait. Bet you wondered why they made you wait. I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to save. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? Were you safe? I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days and to still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to say. And when they told you everything was safe, were you safe? Were you safe?
That I'm out of practice.
Hi everyone. We're here.
Hi everybody.
We're here. Hi.
We're here.
I think we're here.
We made it. The things worked. We're hoping that Jesse's going to have internet that holds on us tonight.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I'm gonna confirm. I'm not on YouTube right now. I'm gonna confirm that we're actually in existence, that we're live.
I upgraded my internet, so now my bandwidth, I can upload speed faster.
This is the last one. Ooh.
And
all right.
Yeah, so we're working. This is American Tradition Live. Hi everybody, it's Indy, it's Jesse. It is Thursday night.
It's really us.
And it's going to be the last American Tradition of 2025, amazingly enough. We're not going to do a retrospective look back. Amazing. That was, I think, originally the plan, was to do like some kind of fundraiser GoFundMe thing, but we were so rudely interrupted last time by our internet connectivity whatevers.
Dog shit.
You know, we still want to get through the coming of spring, even though it's coming halfway through winter now. And everybody's got snow on the ground.
This is true.
Jesse's saying that there is an ice storm over there, so we could end up having him drop out or cut out, but we're fingers crossed hoping things are going to work out well. And yeah, we're going to get through the 4th anniversary, the 4th birthday for the coming of spring. That's the plan here. The plan. So
plans are always subject to change, but that's our best.
What else?
Our best attempts tonight. We'll see what we can do.
You said
with
people have been sick in the fams, and it's been
we all had a round of stuff. Yeah, a bunch of work. My open mic got put on hiatus from now until March, which sucks. That's a few $1,000s that I needed that just went poof, as music money is so wont to do. So just tightening the belt, working more. That's been about it. We are going driving down to Florida tomorrow to get to see my family, which we haven't seen my family and been down there for Christmas in several years, not since Fox was a little.
Oh, so, wow.
That'll be really nice. That'll be really nice.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
And is Cynic around?
It's a long drive. I'll be getting out of work, and then we're, setting out on an 18-hour drive. So tomorrow's going to be a busy one.
My wife talked about making the drive, and it's not even nearly as long to Florida as it is for you. And we were just like, I don't know if we really want to do that. Like we did 4 in the car from Orlando to North Florida, North Miami, and that wasn't terrible. But an overnight and you only got 1, so it's not as bad. He's chill.
Yeah. So we're just like, you know what? If we need to get a hotel, we will. But if I can power through, by God, I'm gonna power through.
Oh my God. So, and that's what, an 18-hour, 19-hour drive at least for you?
That's about it. So it's 16 on paper, but include your stops and stuff. You're 18,
you got to get gas 19. And food. Exactly. You're not running literally.
And I got to stretch my legs so I don't get just like Fred Flintstone foot, because I love retaining water. It's kind of my superpower, especially on a road trip, man. I'm really prone to that. So I got some cool stuff going on. So
nice.
Castro. I know. It's been a while, right? Stro. Yeah.
Are we gonna have Cat TV tonight? Of course we are.
Stro, tell me about it.
But so
we're gonna take a second stab at the coming of spring. I feel like we got through a few pieces last time, but it all kind of fell apart right when we got into Hyacinth. And that's meat and potatoes. So
what more did it have to give? Not much, I'll tell you. That's a callback.
Yeah, too. So I'm thinking we kick it back off with Hyacinth.
I think that's a great idea.
And we'll roll from there. We'll see.
Dumping on Elon, for those who don't know, this is the first of the shitting on Elon.
A bunch of this was, yeah. Yep.
It reminds me a little bit of the Matrix too. It's got Matrix vibes.
Well, that was, for those that weren't here for our last one, or maybe haven't listened to The Coming of Spring, not only was it the first fully spoken word project, but it was the first time I was like, okay, let's try like sci-fi. And it's really hard to do that and not feel like, I don't know, I feel like everything's been thought of, no matter how dystopian or twisted or exploitative a technology you can think of. It's either already in existence or I'm sure it's in development, like it's the most far removed from reality any of those concepts can get is like it's in Elon's notebook. I'm sure he's got a few ideas written down of like, what if you could freeze your kids in a pod and live their life and make them old instead of you? Like whatever kind of weird shit, Elon's already on it. They're all cooking that up. So no matter how I tried to do sci-fi, I'm like, it's just like the same way that Black Mirror eventually was like, we're gonna tap out. Like we can't touch what you fuckers are actually doing. It very much felt like that. It's like I didn't expect to hit that wall, and when I did, it was kind of like, oh, should I sci-fi'd myself? Like, look at that. Turns out, irony's dead in that sense. Like in the sci-fi sense, it really nothing is. I wouldn't put the people in power or the powers that be past anything, if it would benefit them, they'll do it. It doesn't matter who gets stooped in that equation. So yeah, there's nothing I would rule out. I'm awfully awfully open to any idea or concept until proven otherwise. So
I just
this was a weird
to the album so that people could, if they want to go to it from the chat or download it for free or name your own price over at jessejett.bandcamp.com or follow along with the lyrics, which I'm going to put up on screen if I can follow along and don't get too distracted here or there. That happens. But yeah. So yeah, we got it up on Bandcamp. So
yeah, this is us. I sure do. This is us getting into, really this is the crux of the concepts. Oh, that's a deep claw, my guy. Come on now. Chill it out. He's gonna be lighting me up once I start trying to read and I'm not paying attention to him.
Poor guy. He's just starved for attention, that little Catstro. All right.
All right.
I got lyrics up.
Yeah.
I got Jesse up.
I think we're good. Okay. That seems like what we need, right?
It
Eddies. Okay. This is called Hyacinth. What more you have to give? You don't call, you don't write. How is that not to imply that you think what I'm doing must be right? Think that I'm doing all right, and you don't mind giving up your rights. You don't mind seeing your leaders aligned with the violent right. You don't mind carrying water to pour on the altar where we plan to sacrifice all of your pensions in one of our nameless imperial rites that renders the rioters silent and pries every rhyme by its root in their heads, that quiets the storm by denying them platforms to buy up some time for the task force crafting a law to detain them and mace them if they try and ask for their water and bread. Now, mind you, the bread looks like moss off a boulder from all of the mold, and the water is rusted and red. As bitter as all of the blood you hear pounding when you try to block out the sounds as you're lying in bed. Mind you, the bed is a spot on the floor, and there's really no more to be said. You don't call, you don't write. If you knew better, there'd be mountains of letters outside, stacked to the sky, blocking the sun out, blocking my drive. They would slow the flow of my campaign funds down, my reputation in the ground by sundown. Good thing I got MSNBC on the PR rundown. To put you at ease, maybe give you a nice little neoliberal rubdown, and blare my redemption from Breitbart to Cumtown. Flood all your free speech channels with a bunch of raw shit and shut the pumps down.
then usher out a couple dozen sock accounts to pop up in your mentions with their toxins stocked and talons out, here to help defend a man's dementia with the passions of a talent scout, selling you their bullshit while they're drooling half a gallon down the hat they'll pull a rabbit out. Verbally, they'll strap you down, slap you with a finely crafted soundbite from the squad that you can try to feed your family with and play back for those officers arriving to evict you in the hopes that they won't snatch you out. But big surprise, their clubs are out and masks are down, impolitely asking you to pack a little faster now, just to please the bastard with the fascist hats and badge that makes him think he's someone actually of matter, not an actor playing overseer at the sick behest of benefactors who will starve as many families as it takes to make their profits fatter. And when they tell those loyal cops their kids are on the chopping block to sate their daily greed and need to satisfy their hungry stocks, statistically, 2/5 of these are all too pleased, because it just means that they can beat their spouses without all those little weak attempts to make them stop. I was watching TV screaming, "Make it stop," screaming at the cable feed of Double Talk, screaming at the Daily Razor shaving down our labor laws, screaming at the left like they can wave some wand and change it all, screaming at the leaders we gave time and trust and money to who played us all, we the people, tattered rags and paper dolls, screaming at our debt and at the overfed pigs who create it all, trying to teach the ways of the world to my son like I don't hate it all. Stone soup? Cops came and ate it all. Waters for the homeless? Cops are gonna break them all. Education budget? Cops are gonna take it all. Send your kids to prison. Think about the time you'll save us all. Years later, you'll be lucky if you're paid at all. Years later, you'll be wired to a grid that turns your brain's electric current to a resource they can strip, and we will all be mining Bitcoin 80 hours at a clip. Too tired for the drive home. It ain't worth the trip because it hurts to be reminded that you never see your kid. And every time they fire up the hub and plug you in, their memory recedes a little further till it blurs into the dim, until you can't recall your kin. Open up your eyes and you see Tesla on your skin. You earn a dime a day but owe them 20 for the mandatory membership to Tesla Gym. We're all one big happy family who neutralized your family at the gate when they tried to sneak a message in, and taunts you with escape in our advertising messaging, taunts you with the sounds of a child at play, a warm summer day, the things we can all sense slipping away because their frequency is lessening. You are working for a living in which you are only visiting, working under safety laws that profit ends up pivoting, shifting into figures in which losing you is just the cost of maximizing profit in the world that we do business in. The world in which we fight to see the bright side but always get the business end. And I've been here in wait since late '08 to witness this descent. Will suck my soul away in little bits, a dime a day, but with a monthly cap of 50 cents. Because Tesla-funded studies show that overpaid employees don't know what to do with all that extra money because they're lazy and they're ignorant. But all that extra capital keeps innovation radical, and you can say that you were part of history in the making in the unacknowledged, patronizing, strictly honorary sense. Now we understand you may resent that Mr. Musk was heaven sent to take you on his back for his divine ascent, and just before he reached the palace gates above the firmament, he dropped you on the outer steps a month before retirement. Again, may we refer you to suggested ways of demonstrating gratitude for Mr. Musk that he was kind enough to let you feed his great Leviathan. Tesla-funded studies show that you amount to nothing in the hours you're not wired in. Hours you spent quietly denying that you let them in your head or let them walk potential buyers in. Mind you, all of this a mere month before retirement. And mind you, your retirement is waiting in the dirt that feeds the Hyacinth. Or maybe, if you're lucky, you can spend another year assisting researchers in biosynth. Mind you, that amounts to nothing more than torture, but they wipe your memory after every session, washing out all prior sense. Think of it as Mr. Musk absolving you your prior sins. Don't think of it as skinning you and fitting you with trial limbs. Think of it as Mr. Musk presenting you the opportunity to help America's elite achieve tighter skin, fuller lips, healthy eyes, smoother lids. Don't think of it as rape. Try to think of it as Mr. Musk assigning you a mate because America needs cattle. I mean, kids. Don't ask what Mr. Musk can do for you. Ask yourself if there is something more you have to give. Ask yourself what more you have to give. Ask yourself what more you have to give. Ask yourself what more you have to give.
Just ask yourself.
And that is Hyacinth featuring my dryer.
See, I'm rusty because I cut you off before you even got to give the title. That's how you know we're out of sync. But it sounded good. Sounded great.
Well, thank you. Stro was going nuts that whole time. He was just making constant sweeps. I was having to like aggressively pet his back to keep him quiet.
Yep, we have a jealous kitty.
Look at this dude. Look at this dude.
Hold on, let me full screen you. I gotta full screen you so they can see him. Oh, there he is. What's up, dude?
Get some time.
Does he get to see my bouncing arms somewhere from Discord even?
Yeah, he can see him on the
He sees that because Descendant Bloom says when her cat sees me on her screen, he tends to want to swipe at me, which is understandable. It seems to be going around these days. Charlie Mack, bro, welcome back. I miss you so much. Without you on Twitter, it's a lonely place.
Oh man, it is. I know. Well, I checked Twitter infrequently at best the last few weeks, but yeah,
lots of love for Cynic out here.
The enshittification of Twitter has been steep in its decline, and yeah, losing Charlie, man, that's just like it was Twitter's 9/11 for me. It really was.
Right? Like
I'll never forget.
They just splintered. I mean, they just keep making it worse and worse, and now people have to use some kind of a passcode to get into your DMs. I don't even remember what the fucking passcode is already. But yeah, so that was Hyacinth. What more you have to give? Actually, no, it's Hyacinth. And what's the? It's not what more you have to give. It
is. Yeah.
Oh, it is what more you have to give.
Yep. Trust your heart.
See, I've been listening too much. That is so dystopian and so Tesla funded studies show, because everything is going to be a Tesla funded study at some point.
Mm-hmm. You amount to nothing in the hours you're not wired in.
And it's the Trump administration effectively. It's Trump funded studies are showing that, well, the unemployment rate is doing just great. Oh, he's just loving that.
This beautiful guy.
Oh, Purry boy. What's up, dude? He's like, I don't care. Show, live stream? No. It's my time. Okay. I'll leave now, and we can just keep this on for the next hour, and everyone will love it. Old man Barker is here. What's going on? Vicky Adams, how are you? Yes, Twatter sucks ass, and not in a good way. No, there's no good way that Twatter sucks. Yeah, people don't see DMs. They broke the preview of instant messaging, of live streams in your DMs. So like when we went live, I used to drop a link to, hey, we're live now and you guys can watch it. And when you looked at the DMs, it was scrolling. That doesn't work anymore. There's a lot of shit that's broken. And again, we think it was broken intentionally to try to split it up. Reeve thinks it was too effective at getting people together and helping people disseminate news. I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
And
like I said, I wouldn't doubt anything at this point.
Cat TV, here we go. Everybody's tuned in for this. Now all we have to do is say Candace Owens, Erica Kirk. Candace Owens and Erica Kirk. No, we're not going to talk about that. But that's what seems to be making the algorithm go.
Oh, he just put his foot on me.
Oh. Stretchies. Right into his leg. Oh.
This dude, he's been waiting for this, huh?
Like he was waiting to go on camera. He's like, dude, I've missed my camera time. Look at that. Oh, he's just eating it up. We gotta do this for boats. Oh,
right.
Yeah. See, and that's the thing. They default everybody now to the For You tab instead of following. You've got to change it, and it's AI Hasbro slop. It's all the accounts that they're trying to push, and rage bait to try to keep you engaged so that you stay on the site longer.
Oh, right. Speaking of, okay, hang on. This kind of fits nicely. This is something I didn't have a whole lot of time. I only popped one comment on it. God, my phone's getting ready to die. So YouTube lately has been shoving this band down my throat. Constantly, they're like, "Hey, you want to check this out? You might like this. Check out this cool band. Check how quirky this band is, right?" And all of their little shorts are the same metal breakdown, and they're referring to themselves as Greek tavern metal, right? And they have a little plate smash, and they go opa, and then there's like a the bouzouki or whatever the Greek stringed instrument, and they play this metal breakdown. And all these people in the comments are just losing their shit. Oh, what a fun, cool! This is so cool. Greek metal. I love this Greek metal. Well, I go to their bio, and it says we are an Israeli metal band from Tel Aviv.
Oh no!
I'm like, oh, what do you know? You gotta go steal someone else's culture. What do you fucking know?
Bro, I have a whole other thing about cultural appropriation. Holy shit. All right, but Siddiq, good to see you. Hi, sister. I love you.
I am going to start trolling this band more, but what was it I said? Just I said something along the lines of a quick peek at their bio would reveal that they are an Israeli metal band from Tel Aviv. I'm sure they would prefer people wrongfully assume that they're Greek. Free Palestine.
Extreme groundskeeping. Hyacinth, what more do you have to give? More cat rubs. See, that's the answer. See, Catstro is popular, as we know. That is true. Fidel Castro. That's Jesse's cat, for those who don't know. So here's my story. Cultural, Israeli, Jewish cultural appropriation. Holy shit. So it's Hanukkah, right? And my wife decided, because we have young kids, to put together a Hanukkah playlist. And apparently there is oh my God, they covered and then bastardized the fucking K-pop Demon Hunters song, the Golden song, and they made it fit like they tried to kill us basically in the Maccabees and the this, and they try to tell a story, and it's like and it's like, oh no. Can't you just come up with your own shit once? Just once, bro. And then there was another one too, and I was losing it, and my wife. She's like, oh, it's fun for the kids. No, it's not. Like, that's just straight fucking propaganda.
It's propaganda, yeah.
Is what it is. And it's indoctrination. And of course, she doesn't believe that because she likes that shit. But it's like, oh, God. No, just no. In every way, no. So that was really funny. I'm looking what the other one was. Here it is, the Hanukkah playlist. Oh, it was a wicked Hanukkah. Like, how can we jump in and kind of jump in on whatever's popular right now? So what is it? It's K-pop Demon Hunters. The kids love that. Let's figure out a way to tie that in. And then the Wicked, that's a big thing. And I was like, oh God.
Pokemon Go to Jerusalem, am I right?
There might as well have been. Look, there are not very many Hanukkah songs or anything that people know, and it's kind of hard for kids, and especially because like 95% of everything is Christmas songs, and You know, the funny thing is I should put on the South Park song, I'm a Lonely Jew on Christmas for my daughters, because that's what they've been feeling lately, honestly, because they literally are the only Jewish kids in their class of their entire grade. And it is, thankfully, at least to my knowledge, they have not been confronted about all of the Israel nonsense by other kids. And there's plenty of and there's Muslim kids in there and everything. Like I'm waiting for that conversation that, they're going to come home and be like, somebody said something I got to explain, we've tried to keep them relatively sheltered from all that and let them be kids. Because the minute you start explaining to them what's going on, it's a whole different story. So I see we're back to Cat TV. Look at him mugging it up, dude. What is up?
This is the Christmas special right here.
What did I miss, Cynic? We just did Hyacinth. That's all we've done to try to catch up. So far, I got upgraded internet, so hopefully my side's holding better with drop frames, but we'll see how Jesse's side holds because he's got an ice storm going down. But Castro is in heaven right now. He is in little kitty heaven. Look at him showing. He's showing you all the goods. Pretty soon we're gonna have to.
Yep.
We're gonna have to go OnlyFans or Only Kitties here. He's got claws out and everything. Spreading. Oh, look at him playing games with all of us. He's just like, are there people here?
He's a hi, beans. Here are beans.
Yes, you missed Hyacinth. You can go back and listen to Hyacinth.
You are so stinking cute.
I now have 2 squirrels powering my modem. That's true. Air biscuits. Yep, he's making biscuits. Very happy kitty right now. He's getting his attention. And, most cats, he's no, push you away. No, come back. No, come back. No. Yep. That's just cat being dick. I have all of your attention now. You must go. No, come back. No, go.
Oh, he's getting sleepy.
Sleepy. Okay. Well, he's gonna hear spoken words. So
yeah.
I've got Mark IV Geranium up. Okay. I believe that is next on the agenda here.
I'm just staring. It's like, oh, I know. How can I stop? Right? How can I stop?
Is he digging back in? No, he rolled over.
Yeah, he just stretched out all the way.
Oh, dude.
This dude. You just got the whole couch to yourself, don't you, bud?
I'm just gonna, you know what? Let's just leave the camera on him. I'll go take a dab. You go do the change the laundry out.
Right.
I'll run Bandcamp. And no one will know the difference. Just Stro TV.
Mm-hmm.
You should strap a GoPro to him. Oh, dude.
Some absolute numbers.
We would absolutely blow out the biggest fucking view count ever on this channel.
Hang on.
Very quickly.
I gotta bring this back over. Sorry, we're just getting some really prime air biscuits right now.
Oh, stretchies. Hi, dude. Oh, clean. Mugging it up. I'm just gonna mug it up for all y'all. There you go. Forget my daddy. Look at me. Look at me. Yep, there you go. Leave the cam on him and do. Leave the cam on him and do Mark IV Geranium. Jesse can't hold the laptop and the camera and read simultaneously, and that would be performing. Funny.
People would hop in midstream and be like, "What the hell is going on right now?"
Why is Castro reading Mark IV Geranium? What's going on here? I think Castro is getting ready for nights.
I'd say it's real cozy. real cozy hours right now. Oh,
adorbs.
Dude. Me too, man.
Yes, if a human did that, we would all gag, but it's awe. It's big, big awes. CBC voter I see is here. All right.
Okay, where were we? Oh, as soon as I turn around, he's back to like paying attention and reaching for me. I gotta read, buddy. We're gonna be here all night if we keep going like this. Okay.
Yes, like a proper photo shoot. We ka-chee. You
Yeah.
gotta raise the lens. There you go. Too much.
Dude. He's trying. He wants my attention so bad right now.
Oh,
Okay.
don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Okay.
Don't.
Okay.
Like we've never seen a cat before.
Mm-hmm. You handsome. I know I'm gonna miss you. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Another piece about plants.
Yes, another geranium. Yes. Yes. You are correct, sir. Oh, let me switch the scene. Okay. I'm going to mute, and then it's going to be all you.
All right. Yeah, this really does kind of follow from Hyacinth. Very much a sister piece of it, kind of right into more of that same conceptual feel. Once this was where again, most of these, this isn't like completely in order of being written, but it's awfully close. And especially once I knew that I wanted to have 5 flowers that get mentioned and have like something weird about each one. Then after I did Hyacinth, this came shortly after. So yeah, Mark IV Geranium. I guess I didn't think that there was more beneath the ice. I didn't think the great experiment was just me being nice. I never thought that I could shut my mouth and get the message out directly through the eyes. I didn't think the virus would still be here after all this time. I thought I'd hit my limit, but I never saw the line. Always think I'm finished, that I'm visited by half a dozen rhymes, visited by half a dozen visions of the future Bezos has in mind. A future you can picture since you've lived it half your life. But now it's blooming brighter, like a jasmine in the night, or more like a prototype of Amazon vine. You put it in some soil and pretend that it's alive, and let it see the sun so it can read the Wi-Fi, and Amazon promises it doesn't read your dreams or seep a toxin in the air that makes you sensitive to sunlight. So yeah, you may not ever get to see another sunrise, but you got a year's sub to Amazon Prime, because it came with a free code. Sentient, even in its sleep mode. Scanning faces, mapping clothes, keeping records of your speech and your habits on your phone, shaping all their ads to target you alone. And suddenly, you look up from the glow of your device and it's just you alone. Frozen in the ice beside the fossil of a megaphone. Frozen next to faded signs like "We are all Assange" and "Send Mumia home." If Bezos had his way, we wouldn't need a home. We'd spend every day inside our cubicles, working every finger to the bone or up our cuticles, fed by only fear and our adrenochrome. Till one day you escape, but it's a little too late, 'cause you won't recognize it when you see your home. 'Cause you still look the same, but all your friends are in the senior home. 'Cause Bezos lured you right into the cryo tank by telling you that you're the type of worker he would like to groom for CFO. And you don't know your name, but you know somewhere there's a bank where Jeff had told you that your pay would go. But it's right in the center of his hideous estate, past the Amazon drones and the Amazon tanks, who'll call in every Amazon robot dog in the ranks within range of their radios. And these are not the dogs that you've seen in the videos. These are dogs that no one else has seen and lived to document, and you'd do well to pray for those and pity those. Every little movement is unnatural and alien, and such a blatant mockery of canine form contorted into such a monstrous radiance, it chains you to a fear that is the oldest and the innermost. Hidden close to visions of the blaze that only took a half a day to sweep Arcadia and burn the forests down, allowing Jeff to break ground on the Prime Coliseum and the Amazon Stadium. Somewhere he can sit and watch us battle to the death to have a shot to fill an open spot and maybe make enough to pay for insulin and radium.
Just imagine all the rush of the palladium, but painted in the neon sort of gray of pure uranium. It's safe to say if Elon had his way, we'd all be husks with just enough cerebral mush to push the buttons, but not enough to make it past the Tesla brand Mark IV geraniums, who tell that little microchip they slipped into your cranium to trickle out some lithium to level off your gradient. Maybe you'll think twice before you go try something brave again. Maybe you'll think twice, and then the prior thought will fade again. Tesla training pamphlets all acknowledge there's a period where entry-level interns and associates may need a little breaking in. You can shut your eyes, but they're still breaking in. Down beneath the ice, the earth is caving in. Down the road, when Amazon knocks down your home, the house just can't be found. It's just an Amazon casino wrapped around the globe, and every hand they make you fold and tell you Bezos wins. Bezos makes the rivers red where NATO swims. Now watch the UN fume again and draft a resolution to compose a strongly worded letter stating their admonishment, condemning the abuse of human rights, and then they all go back to watching with a paralyzed astonishment. Frozen in the air like they're the painting of a parliament, locked in counter-arguments, quoting from the blackest stack of Amazon-approved redacted documents. Amazon's internal workings writhing like a toxic mass of moccasins. Amazon's job fair day, where they lied about your pay and then they locked you in. Watched by all the jasmine and geraniums and hyacinth stalking you and mocking you while eyeing you with higher sense and booting up the drive that loads the protocol for violence. So here's to the day when the pylons go silent and miles of highways close in a blink like the weight on your eyelids. Here's to your secrets once nothing is private. And here's to the prototype Amazon Vine that, according to Alexa, is just minutes from arriving. And that's Mark IV Geranium.
Or geranium. Amazon funded studies show very similar things to Tesla funded studies, believe it or
Isn't
not.
that funny?
Amazingly
Very
enough.
interesting. Very interesting through lines there. Big shock.
and remember that this, if I remember correctly, was before Elon even bought Twitter, no?
Correct. Yeah, this was 2021.
Right. Tesla funded studies.
Yeah.
I think Bezos had bought WAPO already at that point, but just barely.
Yes. Yeah.
And I still think that the further consolidation in media will be happening. I see Amazon. Look, would it surprise anyone if Amazon turned around and bought Substack? No. As another way to control yet another major news dissemination platform for a billionaire, you know, it concerns me. I also like how you did kind of like you did a callback there, the set list where you tried to name different songs and different artists and everything. You did that early on to call back to the virus and to call back to some of your other pieces. That's how you start this piece off. Yeah.
Yep.
And then you get into shitting all over Amazon, and we're living on in an Amazon planet. I mean, they're taking over even more centers, but they're automating. You know, the Amazon drone that's going to deliver your package, and how long before they start getting rid of these mouthy Teamster drivers that are starting to ask for more money.
Yep.
And I have a story for the next time I do a show with Himbo for Nobody Wants to Work Anymore about some Amazon drivers that did a walkout in California. So they are trying to stand up, but it's just a matter of, hey, how long before that, you know, they're going to make us obsolete, but we know that that's the plan.
Yeah.
And Bezos, man, Bezos makes the rivers red where NATO swims. That's a line, huh?
There are a few lines in that I forgot about. Like, damn, oh man. That's not when I think about this album, that's not one of the main pieces that jumps out at me. but like this is one of the ones when I look at it, I'm like, this really does cover so many of the things I wanted it to cover, you know?
Oh, I don't have to speak it into existence. It's already been spoken into existence at this point, sadly enough. Remember, though, Trump just invested all his money into a fishing company. Fallout, anyone? Oh, boy. Yep.
Oh, did anyone see about the MIT professor?
Oh, another one killed, right? In his home?
Yeah. So he had just put out a paper recently that essentially was like, hey, Einstein was wrong. Plasma is a liquid. We can treat plasma as a liquid. It's not particles. He was like, so like Tesla kind of ether concept is more accurate than we thought. And then he gets assassinated in his home. Which is it seems like if you wanted to discredit someone's work and be like, hey, this paper is bullshit, you put out some stuff like, hey, this guy's a whack job. Hey, look what we found on this guy's hard drive. You don't just shoot him, because that just kind of lets everyone know, hey, this guy was flying a little too close to the sun, you know?
Well, it reminds me of the guy that made the car that could run on water.
I was about to say, it seems like every time that someone's like, hey, I made a perpetual motion engine, they're like, fuck you, go to Brazil, go into hiding, get off the internet.
Right, Charlie
I
said
made a biofuel. No, you didn't. Shut up, go hide.
Right? I just saw a thing, a sound cannon that can put out fires. Yeah, all of a sudden that thing disappeared real fast. Nuclear professor, apparently. Yep. Sean suggesting, allegedly, he's not dead. He was recruited. Look up Los Alamos, maybe.
All right. He was the head of the plasma and like fission center at MIT. So
nothing to see here.
Yeah. What's funny is Fox was listening to me tell Jess about this today, and that the guy put out this paper and said, you know, Einstein was wrong about this, and here's how this works. And Fox comes around the corner. He's like, do you think Einstein had him killed?
Yeah.
I was like, honey, Einstein's been dead for a long time. But his disciples, yes.
Somebody did. Somebody who...
I was like, holy shit, this goes all the way to the top. Oh, my God.
It's got to be big oil, damn it. It's always big oil.
Oh, it's so funny.
Holy shit, that's really funny, Fox. Good job. Okay, so next we've got Trump era hashtags.
Trump-era hashtags.
And we're right back to Trump era.
I know, right? This will be a fun one. I haven't thought of this piece in a while, so let's see how this one. Even though this one's mostly about Biden, but again, it's, you know, potato.
Hey, Biden is blue, you know, blue Trump, and Trump is red Biden. I've been saying that for a while, and
Biden blew Trump. When did this happen?
Well, Trump already blew Clinton, so
whoop whoop! It's like the Spider-Man name. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ!
Allegedly.
Sorry,
allegedly.
All right.
Okay, folks.
Here we go. Trump era hashtags. We're the ones who donated so you can win the race, then turn around and make the cash grab. And then we turn around and thank you for the backstab. We only have to change the names on Trump era hashtags to hashtag Biden lied, people died, hashtag Biden built the wall, and hashtag Biden is a fascist. That one's gonna get a workout this summer every gas attack. Every time they kettle you and rush you in a charging armored mass attack. And the last thought that you have before your head hits the ground, splits, shatters, and then bounces back is how much they deducted for that body armor just before they gave your measly taxes back. This is war, and that's a fact. This is more than Biden gets to fix by saying riot bad, white terror good, and sending you away with a little bit of placid satisfaction thinking that was that. That was far from that. That was far from making 500,000th of a fraction of a surface scratch. That was only muddying the waters of your scrying pools, grind a little gravel on your looking glass.
so that when all the truth is bare, it is but an empty air and a 1,000-yard stare with which we're looking past. I put him past. Be it jacking up your insulin, or caging every immigrant, or threatening the victims of his sex offense and smearing them to try and get his footing back. Biden is a war crime veteran who's dropped the bomb on better men, and all for only Lockheed Martin's benefit. So please don't try to paint his bitter bigotry as something tame, like he was just a grumpy grandpa bitching for his pudding back. Unity and solidarity to Joe Biden meant a meeting where the hoods are black. Which, if it's representative of anything, it's just the executioner who lives to swing the axe and never once has thought of looking back. And some need never fear the axe who still possess a hope chest with the wood intact. The same who swear they'd never march with all those nasty fascists, but they would in fact. The same who say they'd never cheer a journalist who's being tortured for exposing war crimes each of us should deem important, but they would in fact. The same who say they wouldn't call the cops on every unassuming black teenager they see walking down their block, but they would in fact. Biden said he wouldn't, so you voted when you shouldn't, 'cause he would in fact. That's hashtag Biden, Trump era hashtags, whatever, same, again, potato.
Biden Trump era hashtags. Because it's all 2020 to 20. It's all kind of merged together. Again, it's uniparty.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all Israel, is all in service of Israel. And yeah, they would in fact. They sure would in fact. And they'd call the cops and beat you down for protesting against Israel killing babies, but they would in fact. Ask the students at Columbia University and at UCLA and every other school. It's that one held up pretty damn well, unfortunately. And again, there was no genocide when this was written. So, damn,
all
dude.
right.
Bomb squad time.
Oof. Yeah, these is gonna be interesting. The rate we're going, we might get to around our halfway point after like American Heritage, and then do the next half of the album in 2 weeks.
Okay. That's American Heritage.
Getting dry. I love American Heritage. All right. Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad it is.
Oh, man. Remember when just like it was such a simpler time? It's like, oh, look at these shitty progressives that we've got, and we were all just all together on Twitter shitting on the Democratic Party and the Squad, you know.
Well, now it's Jasmine Crockett. It's
days,
2.0.
you know?
It's Jasmine. And I don't know if you saw, but everybody better run and vote for her, because Blakely is running as a Justice Democrat. Everybody. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. Are you serious?
I wish I was kidding, but
man. Oh, that's funny.
Well, she put up like a link that says, "Hey, nominate me as a Justice Democrat." Some people say it might have been a joke. Some people say, yeah, not so much. Oz and
that's testing the waters. The thing, will people get mad at me for this, or will people be like, "We would love to see you run"? Oz
and Jack's page certainly called that shit and called that out, and we're like, wait a minute. If that was real, like every single person and every show that had her on needs to have her back to.
Well, immediately, again, they came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden everyone's having them on their shows, and it's just all, oh God, here's this fucking, again, it's just like a very short pipeline between them doing their organic rise out of nowhere and then this shit, you know, yeah.
It was unfortunately incredibly predictable in some ways, you know, and then there's the standing for Mamdani.
I've developed some really intense plant allergies in these last few years.
Right. Just wow. Yeah. When I saw that, I was hilarious. You know, Mwah, that's a chef's kiss right there. And then again, the whole Jasmine Crockett, again, I hate talking about duopoly politics. We don't really ever talk about it, but you know, they tried to make a big splash that she's going to be this big rabble rouser. She's running for senator in Texas. In Texas. Now, again, it's against Ted Cruz, just to show you just how badly people hate progressives in Texas. They'd rather vote for Ted fucking Cruz. All right, they voted for him over Bet on My Stork, Beto O'Rourke. Remember that? That was the last challenger, right? And now the Democrats are going to throw Crockett, who has no like. I guess Colin Allred was going to. You at least had a former Cowboy, like a football star. At least people love the Cowboys, even if they're not paying attention. At least, hey, you played for the Cowboys. This, you know, it's
it's just so stupid.
She's the Southern version of AOC. She's another one of these, you know, kind of carnival barking clowns that doesn't really advance anything. And
well, I'm sure people just love it because, like, oh, she's gonna tell Ted Cruz what for online. And did you see how
she's gonna own him,
putting him in his place? And it's like, yeah, that's great.
Crockett
again, if that's your metric of a well-functioning government and like a system that's working for you and delivering on promises, is that you've got someone who's willing to sass, you know, the other team, then good on you. It's not hard to find.
Meanwhile,
speaking of
this
imperialism, Bomb Squad.
Right, I'm bored with imperialism, and I'm bored with funding Israel, even though she'll kind of hedge against it and say, "Oh, I didn't." Yes, you did. Free Palestine has never come off of her mouth, come out of her mouth, to my knowledge. Now, lately, she's been reading the tea leaves and starting to question: should we be funding? But of course, she has no control over any of that. Really, just one vote, and her vote is meaningless in the grand scheme, and it can be used as a protest nonsense kind of held up to, you know, they all do this. They kind of go into the back room and decide, okay, you're going to be the one this time that makes the protest thing, and they all kind of whack it up between them. We've seen this repeatedly.
Who's good cop, who's bad cop?
Right? Fuck Congress, fuck the duopoly. And so yeah, let's get to Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad. All right, here we go. Sick of the lie, and I mean the big lie. Sick of the talk and sick of the sight. Let it be said that I was a lyrical blade at the neck of the right, that I was a lyrical needle that entered the temple and opened the mind. Interim Lord of the Flies, erecting a hall to the dead in a culture of trauma survivors who struggle each day to survive. Held under pressure by suited oppressors who peddle in blame with a little bit of victim shame on the side. You can't quite measure the spite each day when you find that you've opened your eyes. In a nation refusing to honor the worth of your life. In a nation refusing to lessen the wealth of a handful to wash off the stains of our poverty lines. But they're happy to tweet on the issues and pat themselves all on the back for the bill they designed with zero intention to sign, but all too content to soak up all the media shine. Like a bomb squad only reporting to find the device and state that they found the device. Watch the device, publicly shame and denounce the device. Tweet every day on the risk that could rise and then land on the cover of Vogue for their fearlessness, power, and style while facing that awful device. And behind closed doors, they can laugh with that awful device. They can shake hands with that very device that eats millions of struggling Americans' lives. And one day, when it blows sky high, they can wring all their hands at the toolkit sitting nearby, with a manual walking them through the disarming and proper disposal, and all point fingers and all place blame over why it had never been tried. But if all of us hostages had those tools, we would not think twice. Instead, we were left in the dark with our hands all tied. They bring a few ball gags once in a while, and we open our mouths, and we don't ask why. A few don't mind. A few start cheering the silence who view it as some kind of positive sign. And a few shout prayers to a squad that had sworn they were here to help and they were on our side.
And suddenly, we could hear vehicles come up the drive. We saw the flashing of lights. We thought that help had arrived, only to find there was a media frenzy to see AOC wear her hair to the side. And Kamala Harris was not in attendance, but she sent her shoes in a bulletproof limo with heavy security detail that all of our taxes were gracious enough to provide. And along with her warmest regards, she sent a surprise. A shipment of muzzles and gags, and all of them signed, "Cheer for your squad, or shut up and bite, President Harris." That's what I'll read through the tears in my eyes while I'm opening wide, accepting my penance for daring to warn that the squad will be cutting your heat in the night before they take a blade to those wires. And our only hope to dismantle their precious device is in snipping the red and the blue, 'cause they're fully entwined. To cut out the red and the blue in our minds wherever we find. So here's to combining our hands and cutting the line. Here's to denying the motor the oil it needs to be primed. Here's to a wrench in the gears of your capital, hearing it grind. Here's to the feeling of loosing your collar and breaking your binds. Here's to the bliss of forgetting your number and knowing it's fine. Knowing your name. Living your life for a purpose beyond someone's profits, of which your retirement warrants a hollow farewell, an equivalent gift of a dime. Here's to the bliss of us cutting the line. Like President Harris, I'm biding my time. Here's to the promise of breaking our binds.
We did it, Joe. And that's Bomb Squad.
I wish I felt like the threat of a Harris presidency was like actually like gone, but I feel like it's just lying dormant.
I still don't see any way that they put her back up, considering how spectacular that failure was. But I literally openly guffawed. I'm glad my mic was muted, because it was about sending her sneakers on the plane. Didn't she literally do that with Chuck Taylor's at one? Or they had a conversation over her wearing Chucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And cheer for, and then a shipment of muzzles and gags, and all of them signed, "Cheer for your squad or shut up." I'm speaking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's literally I'm speaking. Like, oh my God.
That's crazy.
So good.
That's funny.
There was a media frenzy to see AOC wear her hair to the side. You know, like, oh my God. It really is. And I love the stuff about cutting the red and the blue. The blue wire, that's brilliant. You know, how that's what you have to do in order to cut the power to it. You got to cut both wires. And brilliant, man.
Oh man, Influenca. So this is fun. This was a piece that predated any of the other stuff on any records I've put out. I wrote Influenca the fall before the pandemic, fall of like 2019. And I just kind of sat on it for a while. I had this poem, didn't know what to do with it. I think I recorded a reading of it and put it on Twitter when I like first made a Twitter. But I had written it a while back, and I like kind of didn't know what to do with it. And then I got to the point I was putting stuff together for the coming of spring. I was like, this really fits with, even though it was more kind of societal and content creator, influencer focused. It was like, if not now, when? This is the perfect time to put this on something. So so this is where this finally found a home.
By the way, thank you to Sean, $25. Appreciate that. Love you, man.
We love you, Sean.
Code-V.com. Before we do that, real quick, let me just show the slide, and that's the old slide because that's missing the new guy, Jake. Because we got one more sign up, but thank you to everybody who's there. Wall of Fame. I do have a new slide. I'll change that while Jesse's working here, and Jesse's doing Influenca. All right, here we go. I got that up. And
Ready?
I am ready. Go. You're all good, dude.
Cool.
Go ahead.
All right. Democracy of colonists. I hear your sprocket squawking something awful, grinding to an operative. You know, no one's really free where simple suffrage was an obstacle. To put it plainly, I don't think it's fair to say you have to pick a side between the war pigs and apologists. To put it bluntly, motherfuck your politics. To blunt it further, fuck you if you think this is the time to lay low and go that innocent innocuous. You want a murder, I will kill your confidence. But first I'll strip it bare, parade it through the square so your constituents can spit on it and really savor mocking it. We shouldn't have to tell you you can't fill a stomach up with fucking collagen. We shouldn't have to tell you that a bunch of fucking influencers won't attend your colleges. That a bunch of fucking influencers will not understand or lift a finger in the name of writing policies. They can't catch a meaning past a meme, by which I mean they need a photo they can see, and then a paragraph detailing why it's clever, or relatable, or funny, or at best a combination of the three. So the fuck you think you'll see when they assume the driver's seat? How fucked you think we'll be when they're the ones we choose to lead? God, can you imagine someone who's an entertainer, not a politician, as commander-in-chief? Just assuming our command with all the drama they can muster so the ratings for the news reports are truly all the best that they can be? Is entertainment really what a sinking vessel needs? Are we all fools enough that we could be distracted by an actor who isn't actually a president? They only play one on TV? Is this America just binging on some garbage television right before it goes to sleep? Or is it already asleep? Adrift in deep water, the sheep were long slaughtered, so it dozed off, tallying the bodies in the streets. But it can't shake the stresses of the day, so it all replays on a loop like a fever dream, where it is seated in a throne, and it bellows out, "Bring me the believer king." It doesn't take its time to gloat, it just slits his throat and smears the blood on everything. And it wakes up with a pool of sweat, a sense of dread, a racing heart, and raging hard-on that could break through anything. The cocktail of emotion that I'm sure the founding fathers had in spades when they were putting words to page to build a stage for the display of the disease and crucifixion and decay of Lady Liberty. I got tickets $12 at the door, pre-orders only 10. Ask your average influencer to attend. They'd ask, what kind of cross-promotion can you give to me? Fuck you times infinity. Fuck you and your entitlement that borders on divinity. Fuck the dickless shouting match that y'all call masculinity. And fuck my future self if he thinks differently. That's Influenca.
It just feels like you were talking about Tim Pool.
They all face to Tim Pool subtweet.
Basically, I mean, it technically can be a bunch of people that do that cross promotional crap, but
right.
All
right.
Yeah, we got American Heritage, but you can breathe before that. 20 years ago, the birthday card alone would make a president step down. That's right. Let alone 2025. Well, that's not a real birthday card. I didn't really draw that. I mean, just the whole clown show of all of this and the dance of how they're all, I didn't do it. I'm not, they all did it. We need complete house cleaning, and we're never going to get that. And it's sad. We need to. And just the way they're controlling narratives and clamping down on media is worrisome. You know, the platforms consolidating. Now you got Warner Brothers Discovery that's going to Paramount. I get maybe, but now Paramount's saying they don't want to sell to Warner Brothers. They want to sell to Netflix.
I swear, I remember when I was a kid, then it would be like, oh, these companies would emerge, but it's like they're not going to let them because it's just they'd be too big.
Antitrust.
Like, That doesn't happen anymore. I remember those like happening when I was a kid, and then eventually, a couple years later, I'd be like, "Oh no, it finally got through." No,
They broke up AT&T into the baby bells, and that was really the last time we saw true deregulation.
I love
and
Baby Bell.
There's a lot of arguing, conversation over whether that ended up helping consumers or not, because what you ended up with all those regional Bell Atlantic, Bell South, Mid-Atlantic, whatever, and they tried to better regionally serve customers. I don't know if that really happened that way. I don't know. But I do think that we do need to, make these platforms public utilities, but then how are we going to fund that? Who's going to do that? And, is it going to be a for-profit, a not-for-profit? And how do you run a not-for-profit government-sponsored platform that accommodates free speach? That's
not in
kind
this country.
Counterproductive, or it. I don't know. And now they're talking about removing the Section 230 protection, which I can see both sides of it. Because they are effectively controlling the dissemination of news and who's seeing what in their feeds. Should they be regulated? Are they exempted from this stuff? And the big concern is that if they then have to regulate hate speech, quote unquote, the way that the networks have, we're all completely fucked.
It's true.
I had someone on Substack today basically yell at me because of the way that I yell fuck Israel all the time, and that I'm effectively helping the Zionists by playing into an angry narrative rather than looking at the clinical, how do we actually fix the problem? They don't want to fix the problem. So you can clinically look at it all you want, but they're not going to do anything whether you rage or you're clinical and controlled about it. So might as well rage. That's the way I see it. And don't hold back, because I really don't hear enough anger out there. I hear a lot of hand wringing. I hear a lot of despair, but I don't hear a lot of anger at our government for supporting it and at Israel for continuing to perpetrate it. It just seems to be coming from a smaller and smaller group of people on a consistent basis. I genuinely think that they're just running out the clock and trying to burn us all out on this topic. And it's I can't talk about it anymore. It's been 26 months. But I do a fuck Israel segment every week, and until they stop murdering babies in Palestine, I'm going to keep doing a fuck Israel segment every week. And all right. So that's American heritage. to set up our piece. And what will likely be the last piece for Jesse tonight.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap with this one. And just so you know, when we get to the end, I'm not going to repeat that last line. It is in the lyrics that way. And I do on the recorded version, but when I read it, I feel like it the momentum is better preserved if I just do one take of that. So this one I think is the last of the plant references, the last of the 5. And I went with valerian in this because it was, it's used as for a calming effect. And so in this it was more of a kind of a sedative. But yeah, this I've always really liked this piece. One of several with some Hamlet references in it as well. This is American Heritage. Light's rays on a table of senators inking a sale of arms, slipping in footnotes, funding incentives to put those crops in the garbage and pay the farms. And in bursts a mother with babe in arms, who can't pay rent or a grocery bill with her faith or charm,
And they tell her savior charms, save the sob story for those who can help you. Our hands are tied to the puppet strings, lifting our arms. This is the crop that we reap when we vote on the promise of peaceful sleep and a reduction of harm. These are the promises gone into hiding when Biden decides to walk back a reduction of arms. We are the people left shouting on mute because we dared to sound the alarm. We tried decrying a crisis of homelessness, hundreds of people who used to be homeowners buying the farm. And Biden was too busy patting us all on the back over shots and arms. We are the cattle they'll put out to pasture or lock in the barn, burn to collect the insurance, and then they'll just carry on. So we can be sheep or be carrion. We can be meek or be clarion, haunting the ground we were buried on as we make the sound of the great beyond, echoing back to the chamber where all of those tireless senators stayed till dawn, drafting provisions improving the living conditions of only constituents writing this crisis out down in their summer house, sipping an Avion. I follow a man named Jatavion. He got pulled over and he made it home, but he knew it was almost the day that we don't want to come, but we all know will come, and we're all sort of waiting on. The day that they snuff out your flame and explain they mistakenly thought that the safety was on. Half asleep and half mass hysteria. And back at the table, the senators label the final draft Project Valerian, with the subtle approach of a botched cesarean. Dressed in the suits that their hideous final forms were born in and will likely be buried in. Close your eyes, eat your news, chew your valerian. In 2024, you'll be voting for either the Kamala bot or an outright Aryan. And they'll warn you democracy's up in the air again. But how many men will we see by then with an officer knelt on their neck while they're gasping for air again? And the pig on their back is a dog of the state whose purpose is just to attack, and he knows that fact, and it makes him invincibly arrogant. Rabid as all of the fascists you train in your barracks and garrisons. Timeless indeed, like the Christian need to dehumanize those that they view as beneath them. Same old song that we sang to the Saracen. And you were today years old when you learned that for all of this time, we were the actual terrorists. We were the source of those flawlessly crafted, disparaging narratives. And we have sent presidents here and abroad into absolute power or off to meet God to arrange all these corporate marriages. I was mistaken to call it tradition. This is American heritage. This is the land where they lighten your language, pick apart all of your paragraphs, gut every lyric of leverage. Smaller than all of those flecks of valerian they sent adrift in your beverage. Each word I write that tries shedding some light on the pig they portray as a presidential paragon. Every word I write regarding Biden, he whose sable arms, blacker than the purpose of the warships in the naval yard, orchestrate our fate to try to sate the thirst of Raytheon. Blacker than the water that we used to flood Iraq and trickled into Libya so Hillary could open up a nice global slave bazaar that we'll return to sack and pat ourselves all on the back because we liberated Libya. The slaves are gone. But what we didn't know until today was that all of the slaves that we said that we saved are really on a plane and they're halfway to Gitmo. We interrupt this story due to Kamala arriving in her limo with her Timbs on, and that's all your need-to-know info. This is a historic day, and you can say you saw it with the last of all your energy because you were busy starving, staring at the roast that the senators were carving, to celebrate a bill that faced no opposition in Congress, to cut back your heat and your lights at a time when the nights are their longest. And if you don't know the tune that they're singing by name, after the grave, the Saracen can tell you what the song is. They'll tell you that it's loudest where the smell of the valerian is strongest, where they turn around and make an arms deal after promising an armistice, where the workers get the wall and the scabs solve stoppages. Take it up with Congress and their fortified offices, blocked by riot cops who'd love to stand on your esophagus because that's what they've been training for and told equates to competence. You brought it on yourself by refusing your valerian. You brought it on yourself when you hesitated giving us your child for experiments. You brought it on yourself by denying your family exposure to all our new variants. You brought it on yourselves. It's American heritage. And that is American heritage.
Holy shit. Okay. So that one, all right, let me just go through this real quick because there was like an entire set there. Dude, this was 3 years in advance. Okay. So let me just, we interrupt this story due to Kamala arriving in her limo with her Timbs on, and that's your all you need to know info. That's the Beyonce concert right there. Right? This is a historic day, and you can say you saw it with all the less of your energy because you were busy starving. And that's Gaza. Staring at the roast that the senators were carving to celebrate a bill that faced no opposition in Congress. Which, I mean, tons of them that they funded Israel with that faced almost no opposition. But this one, in Germany, they cut back your heat and lights at a time when nights were longest. That's exactly what they did. Like, dude. And then make an arms deal after promising a ceasefire and armistice. Didn't Trump literally just send more weapons to Israel like yesterday? During
this was summer of 2021. So 2024, you'll be voting for either the Kamala bot or an outright Aryan.
Dude, that made yes. Well, it really, again, it wasn't much of a surprise. We all knew that Kamala was
that's true.
Going to be the anointed one, but it's still just fucking remarkable how it all played out that way. And we all
perfect.
thought,
and that leaves us 9 pieces for next episode still.
Wow. Well, we got through 7 tonight. That was a decent clip. We took a little bit more than an hour.
Well, that's perfect. And then I can still actually get some sleep before I work tomorrow. And then as soon as I get out, coming home and loading up the car and hitting the road.
Yeah. We'll be back next year. Next
that we will.
So next Thursday is Christmas, and then the Thursday after that is New Year's. And I'm not New Year's. I'm going away with the family, so there's going to be nothing. Christmas, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm going to run like a marathon of pre-recorded stuff. We're not going to do any live streams. I don't think that we're doing anything Christmas Eve either. Reef and Colin are going to take that off.
You could re-air the AT Christmas episode we did where I read the Grinch and stuff.
Oh, you're going to allow
oh no, Ave Maria.
Never mind.
Never mind. You can't just cut that off, Ben.
Well, I can do a clip show. I mean, I can do a clip show marathon. Hell, for Christmas, clip show, Jesse Jett songs and spoken word and covers. That might not be a bad idea. We haven't done a clip show in a while, so that's not a bad idea. Just trying to figure it all out. Meanwhile, I have been doing Fuck Israel live streams, 12 days of Fuck Israel, leading up to Christmas Day.
Nice.
And so it's been one show per month. And today we are already up to episode 5, May. Tomorrow will be June, and we're literally running one every day. I'm uploading the clips. I've already got it all mapped out, laid out, and it's about 3-4 hours every stream. And we've been doing this every week.
I love it.
Basically. So it's just assembling them all into their own show and running that. And then there'll be a nice long playlist. So if anybody ever really wanted to look at just how much shit they pulled in 2025, it'll all be all laid out in 12 easy installments of 1995. So
until they pull it.
Until they pull. That's why I'm running it.
Internet of it all. Yeah.
But I'm running it on 9 platforms or 8 platforms, so that BitChute's got it and Odyssey's got it. So you'll be able to find it just about everywhere.
Awesome.
But yeah, before we cut out of here, I did fix this slide. Now it's got Jake Sheen on there, but it also has the Patreon link, because we actually have 10 patrons signed up on patreon.com/Indie News Network, including a couple people in this chat. So thank you for that. Cash App, $ Indie News Network, ko-fi.com/Indie News Network, paypal.me/Indie News Network, patreon.com/Indie News Network. And we've got our website, indienewsnow.com. You can actually go and tip the network there. Or you can go to Substack at innewsletter.com, where we've been live now, and at indiemediatoday.com, which is my Substack that I publish 5 days a week, or 7 days a week, just about. So yeah, this was fun, and actually our internet's held. Yay!
I know,
We got
look
one
at us.
out. We got one out.
Look at us.
We had one little hiccup. I think you had a hiccup in the middle of one of the pieces, but
Yeah. That was it.
it was
Ladies and
just
gentlemen,
for a
we got him.
second. We got him. So we'll be back next year. Happy New Year to
will.
everyone. And what else did I want to say? I don't know, man. I love you. I love doing the show.
I know.
You know,
Same.
it's like therapy, and I'm looking forward to having some more good times in 2025. Maybe a couple of more guests.
26.
Right. See, I don't even know what fucking year it is.
We're not doing this year again.
Some guests next year. I know we had a couple this year pop onto the show, but I'd like to think about how we could get more people potentially on, and maybe even I don't know how we could figure out a way to have you play with someone, because
I know that'd be fun. But I've talked to some other people about coming on. I'd reached out to Ava Bartlett a while back, and she said she would be willing to come on. So,
she's got to work out the time zone thing with her for that. It's going to be tough.
That might be a pre-record, but yeah. So yeah, we'll definitely be kind of some fun different stuff to do this year. So.
Yes, I was geeking out, Mouse. That's right. But yeah, we'll get out of here for tonight. It is the 12 days of Fuck Israel. So stay tuned to INN
sorry
for
I
that.
wasn't in chat tonight, guys. My phone is at like 2%. So as soon as I get in there, it was gonna die. But I love you guys.
No worries,
Stro loves you too. Thanks for watching him get belly rubs.
And support independent media, because we need it more than ever. Yep. And we'll see you soon. Love you all, fam.
Bet you will. Love you guys.
We just fucking lost the stream.
I think I liked it better being blind, when I couldn't read between the lines, and when I couldn't see the cracks in the structure that lay bare before me the whole time. I think I liked it better back when I suspended disbelief and swallowed pride. I thought I knew the difference in the red from the blue, but they both bleed us so dry. They both bleed us so dry.
My favorite songs don't hit the same way. I get to the end of a 4-minute track and I'm only looking back
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want?